Hey you guys, it's MJ and welcome back to Pet Adventures again. Oh my god. I cannot believe we did it! Woo! As you guys might have noticed, we made it to 1,000 subscribers! I am so happy! If you haven't already noticed. So, this could possibly be an emotional video, which is really weird because I know it's supposed to be like a happy thing. It could possibly turn into an emotional thing. So, I've kind of cried a little bit just thinking about it and opening up about this, but don't worry, it's not going to be sad, like nothing bad has happened. It's just something that I tried to come up with last minute, I guess. So I have decided to celebrate, well not celebrate, but a lot of you guys had certain requests for what you wanted me to do when I made it to 1,000 subscribers, and to be completely honest, I kind of conflicted like what I should do, and I felt like this is the right thing to talk about, so that's what we're gonna do. And I hope you don't hear any noises. If you do, I'm sorry. There might be a little noise over here. I hope not. Maybe I can move it a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can move the camera a bit. Okay, so hopefully that helped something. So what I am going to talk about today is, I guess, a little bit about myself. It's not exactly about myself, so just a warning here, if you don't like those emotional videos that get seen here and there on YouTube, I would advise you to not watch this right now, because it, like I said, it could possibly most likely get a bit emotional. So if you have a problem with that, click off, boy. But you better subscribe. Today I thought that I would discuss why I love pets, and to be honest, the more real thing I could say is why I need pets. So I've already started getting emotional. I'm sorry. So I don't discuss this with my boyfriend, or I've never really discussed this with my family, and I've never discussed this with anybody, I guess. I have mentioned it here and there to my boyfriend, but most people, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be okay, don't worry. But most people don't really know this about me, and I guess the reason why I don't discuss it is I don't really feel like it's needed to be discussed, and I don't really feel like it affects my life that much, so I don't really discuss it with people. But I'm going to discuss why I need pets and how it kind of came into my life. Okay. I laugh a bit when I'm crying, I guess. So when I was a little girl, I grew up in Louisiana. I was born in Texas, but I grew up in Louisiana. I had my grandparents, my uncle, who was basically like my brother, and my mom, and we all lived together, and it's been like that since I was a little kid, and I've only been in Florida for about 3 years or so. So anyways, when I was a little girl, I've always been around pets my entire life. Before I was even born, my grandparents were already keeping pets and things like that. So I've never really been without pets my whole life. There was always like a dog or a cat or anything like that. So I guess I knew that there was always kind of an attachment to animals, but I thought it was completely normal. And you know, I've always loved pets. I mean, what kid doesn't love pets? But you know, I grew up around them, so it was normal. But when I would go to my nanny's house, I had a nanny on my father's side that I would go and see. And, you know, just a side note here, I was a very strange little girl. My favorite thing to do when I was a little kid was climb trees. A lot of kids would play with their Barbies and stuff like that. And if you ask me what my favorite thing to do was when I was a kid, it would be climb trees. I was the world's biggest Pocahontas fan. I would wear my Pocahontas costume and go climb trees. I was such a good climber too. There was something about being high up in a tree and just kind of being up there that was relaxing and happy for me. So I've always been in tune with nature to an extreme level, and I've always been in tune with pets. So anyways, I would go to my nanny's house a lot, and I would go there for no more than a weekend usually. So usually I was pretty fine, but I guess one day when I was at my nanny's house, I started getting really, what's the word, depressed, and I had a lot of anxiety, and I had a lot of problems, I guess, And I didn't know why I was having problems. My nanny didn't know why I was having problems, because if I stayed for like maybe more than 2 days, because every now and then maybe I'd stay there for a week, I would start to have a bit of anxiety. So we started realizing, like, I didn't know myself, like I said. So we started realizing after a while that when I would be around any kind of pet, whether it be watching a squirrel outside, to looking at a dog and playing with a dog or playing with a cat, I would instantly feel better, and I wouldn't get so much anxiety. I'm so sorry. This is supposed to be happy. I'm so happy that I have 1,000 subscribers, trust me. This is just something that I thought could be kind of fun to discuss with you guys. Not fun, but something on a personal level, so I'm sorry. If it's getting too emotional for you, just click off, like I said. But like this video. But anyways, I would go to, when I would be at my nanny's house, sometimes I would go next door to my grandma's house. I had another grandma on my nanny's side and stuff. And anyways, she lived right next door to my nanny, and I would go and play with her dog, and that would make me feel instantly better. So I guess after this time, we started realizing that, I think I was about 10 or something when I realized this, but I started to realize that I get a lot of anxiety if I don't have any pets in my life. And it can be as simple as something like a cat or a dog or a lizard. But I guess I started realizing that having pets in my life gives me emotional support. And if I don't have pets in my life, let me just take a breather. And if I don't have pets in my life, I guess I get a lot of anxiety and a lot of problems. And I guess sometimes I do have problems in general, but the only thing that can truly help me when I feel anxiety or any kind of depression, I don't really just struggle with depression, but I struggle with depression if I don't have something that can emotionally support me around me, and that would be pets. So anyways, so that's when I discovered that I had this problem. So it made sense that if I was at my cousin's house or something like that, like I would go visit my cousins sometimes in Texas, and I guess this explains why sometimes I would get depressed, because I would go to my cousin's house and not know what's wrong with me, and I think I just get emotionally attached to certain things. Sometimes I would get very homesick because I was extremely close to my grandparents, so if I didn't see them either, I would get pretty upset. But the only thing that can help me in times of crisis is pets, and it can be something as simple as watching my fish tank, or watching one of my lizards, or having a cat next to me to pet, or having a dog next to me to play with. So basically the reason why I have pets is because they emotionally support me, and I don't mean this in like a legal term or anything. None of my pets are emotional support pets, like legally or anything. I'm just saying that it's hard for me to, like, if I didn't have any pets in my life whatsoever, and you took all the pets that I have away from me today, I wouldn't really know how to cope with most things in my life. But the reason why I don't worry about this too much, I'm so sorry you guys. The reason why I don't worry about this too much is because I know that it's not really going to affect me too much in life, because I don't see why it's ever a problem, even if I live in an apartment or whatever. Like, it's not a problem for me to just have at least 1 or 2 pets in my life. Now, as you guys know, I took it to an extreme measure, and I think that also it became an addiction. You know, the more pets I have, the happier I feel. And also I started realizing when I grew up that taking care of pets emotionally stimulates me as well. So watching their behaviors and learning about them, and just you know, having them in my life, taking care of them, all of that kind of stimulates me too. I just had to take a breather. Sorry, you guys. So that's pretty much why I have pets. And if you're wondering, like, also, MJ, what do you do if you're so attached to animals? What do you do when one dies? Well, I mean, I go through this process dramatically more than an average person would, where I do kind of break down and I don't really know how to handle it sometimes. But the thing is, I usually have another animal with me that can emotionally support me when I just lost another animal. I don't know if this is also why I get insanely stressed out when I'm failing with pets. But it's a struggle sometimes. It's not really, like I said, it's not really a problem that's ever going to help me. I mean, that's ever going to hurt me, I mean. But it's a really weird emotional attachment that I have that can become a problem if for some reason I can't be without them. And the funny thing is like it can be a problem if the other people around me have a problem with it. So this is gonna sound really bad, but it's so bad that if I had to, for whatever reason, choose between like my boyfriend or my family or anything, not that these people would ask this of me anyway, so I don't worry about it, I know they wouldn't, but if I had to choose between a friend and family and anybody that I truly know I love, if I had to choose between them and my pets, I would have to choose my pets, and that really sucks. Because those people should be more important to me, and they technically are, but I can't function without certain pets, without pets in general in my life, so it can be a bit of a struggle. And I mean, it's a normal person, if they had like a rat or a mouse or a gecko, they would be able to be, okay, my parents don't want me to have this animal, whatever, I'll have to give it to the pet store and they'll get over it. But I wouldn't be able to be like that. I can't just give up an animal because the person has a problem with it. And I want to say that it's because of the animal, that I'm thinking of the animal, but it's not always that case. I'm actually thinking of me. It's usually for very selfish reasons. I need that animal to be okay. Again, you guys, I'm so sorry that this is extremely emotional. I'm very happy that I have 1,000 subscribers. It's just something that I wanted to be clear about, and I guess it's kind of a mystery. You would assume that the reason why I keep pets is because I just have a passion for them, and it is true. Most of the time I don't really have to struggle with this. I don't even think about it, and I don't even bother mentioning it to people, because it's not really, like I said, I'm never really gonna have to be in a situation where I can't have pets. I'm pretty sure of that. My boyfriend also is in love with pets. He loves pets dearly. He's had cats here before I even moved here. He loves helping like stray animals. He loves pets too. But in the past I did have some struggles with him when I first got Lucky, because Lucky smelled and Lucky was aggressive and would bite everybody. So he was just all around not a good rat sometimes. And a lot of the reasons why, of course, I didn't want to give up Lucky was because obviously I didn't want to save him from being a feeder just for him to become a feeder again. You know, the possibility of me taking him back to my old job and then becoming a feeder, obviously that's gonna happen. And I felt like that sucks, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the reason why I also didn't want to give up Lucky, and I never mentioned this to my boyfriend, I never would mention this to anybody, honestly, is because even though he's not the nicest rat, I need Lucky because he emotionally supports me. And I know you're thinking like, MJ, what are you going to do one day when he passes on? Well, I mean, I am going to be extremely depressed. I may even have to quit a few videos for a while, but I'll be able to get over it faster as long as I have other pets around me to support how bad my anxiety is. So, and a lot of people would always think I'm kind of weird, I guess, because I would take the death of any pet, even like certain fish, to the extreme. A lot of people would be like, why are you crying over a fish? It was really hard for me to work at pet stores like that too, because I was actually traumatized from my very first job because I saw so many deaths, because the pet store was really bad the way they took care of the animals. So, but the deaths were so crucial and so bad and so graphic that when I would come home, sometimes I would have like mini breakdowns. And I'm never gonna be able to get like those images out of my head. So that was a lot of the reason why I quit. Not the whole reason. I had a shitty manager that was like always on my ass and abused how hard I worked, but it was mostly because there were so many deaths and that I couldn't handle. So yeah. But all in all, even though the deaths of these pets come with taking care of them, even just from old age, I have to get past that a bit, and I have to unfortunately deal with it, because I'd rather deal with that than not have the pets at all. And like, I didn't tell you guys this, but like when I was having all those hamsters and a lot of them were dying, you guys have no idea how tough it was for me. Most people can just get a hamster and no problem, you know, it died, oh, we feel sad, let's get a new one. I wasn't like that. I would go to work and I would have to go to the bathroom and cry. I shouldn't have even gone to work when that stuff would happen, but but the good thing is, the good thing out of this weird problem that I have, I guess, is I'm not even sure if I'm gonna upload this, but this will probably be the only emotional video I'll ever have on my channel, most likely. I don't want to be like a total drama queen on my channel. That's not who I am, but the good thing about this is when these pets are struggling, I want to take them in and I want to help them and I want to take care of them, because in reality, of course, I want them because of my anxiety. It helps my anxiety. And but at the same time, I'm helping them. So, you know, that's what matters. I'm helping them. And sometimes I can get so emotional over just talking about pets. It's really extreme, I guess. But I've been like this since I was a little girl. And like I said, I've never really talked about this that much. I think I talked about it once with my boyfriend, but I don't talk about it often. But my extreme emotional attachment to pets, it's like, it's not something I mention with people because I don't feel like it's that important, you know. Just having like 1 or 2 pets in my life, no matter where I am, isn't really a huge deal. It's not hard to do, so. But I guess it's an anxiety stress reliever, but the problem is that I need to have it and I can't be without it. I can't be without pets. So it's my life, but it's also it can be a bit of a problem, I guess you could say, but it's not that bad. And also I realized that something was deeply wrong with me when I had a pet. I had my first official pet, Skippy. He was a Jack Russell Terrier. I had him for about, I don't know, I think it was like around 8 years. I don't know the exact time. I can't figure it out, like the exact years. But I started realizing that I also had a problem when he died. I took it so hard. Extremely hard. And I was like about 13, I think, or something like that. I'm not really sure, but anyways, I was about that age maybe. And a lot of people were there for me when he died. And on average, a regular person would probably have anxiety and miss their cat or their dog for maybe a year. On average, it's usually under a year that somebody will get over the death of their dog or cat. And here and there, I had anxiety about not having Skippy in my life for about 3 years. To the point of where it was just like not normal. That's when I started realizing I was having a problem, I guess, too. I mean, that's not the exact day that I realized I had a problem. The exact day was like when I went to my nanny's and I was having anxiety for some reason, but I started really realizing that I have like weird emotional attachments to pets. So And I want to thank you guys so much. I actually cried when I found out I had 1,000 subscribers. I stayed up all night waiting for it, so I am ecstatic, you guys. In some ways I'm also crying happy tears. I cried some happy tears today because I can't believe that you guys like me enough to give me 1,000 subs. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and like, you know, there you have it. That's why I love pets. That's pretty much why I actually need pets. Not legally, of course, like I said, but they emotionally support me and they get me through really tough times. So also, tying into this, like when I would have an extremely bad day at work, just staring at my fish tank or just sitting down and petting Lucy after a really rough day, after a day of me maybe breaking down in the bathroom here and there, over some like pet deaths at work or something, or maybe just a bad day in general. Just having like Lucy, my cat, like on my lap and petting her filled me up so much. You know, just gave me this great, wonderful, warm feeling that I'll be okay because I have my pet here with me taking care of my emotions for me. So there you guys have it. That's why I love pets and basically need them. I love you guys so much. Again, thank you so much. And I know people are gonna hate on this and call me a drama queen, make fun of me for crying, but at this point I really don't care. It's not a bad thing to cry over. It's okay every now and then. And like I said, this isn't gonna be a regular thing on my channel. I just thought that I would share that with you guys, and it's kind of the start. It was kind of, in a way, a goodish start to why I began to love pets. No, I can't be without them. Maybe that's a bit of a crutch, but it's okay. I don't feel like it's holds my life back in any real way. My boyfriend, like I said, loves pets, and he's okay with it for the most part that I have all these pets and stuff. So, and most of the people in my life have never really had a problem with that. So, thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you for subscribing. So please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up, especially if you love pets, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.